Right, okay, so today we are going to talk about raising your prices, whether that be a service that you're offering for your coaching program, you name it. We are going to be talking about how you can actually raise your prices from whatever you are at now to potentially even doubling, tripling that price, depending on what stage of business you are in. One of the biggest things that one of the most common things that people come to me and say when either they want to work with me or they're already working with me, they say, Ethan, my business isn't making as much revenue as I know it should be. How can I easily make more money than I am right now? And arguably, the quickest way to make more money is either one, get more clients, or two, raise the prices of your product, whether that be for current clients or new clients coming in. So, raising your prices is one of the easiest ways to actually increase that revenue mark without actually sometimes even taking on more work. So how do you actually do that? Because if you haven't charged that higher price before, as an entrepreneur, as a creator, you name it, it can be quite daunting. Whether you be selling something for, let's say you're a social media manager and you've only ever charged $1,000 a month for your product or service. If you have to suddenly change your prices to £2,000 a month, that could be quite scary because you often think that, oh my God, people out there, they don't want to pay that sort of money for whatever I'm selling, or there's so many people that are actually cheaper than me. Surely if I increase my prices, I'm going to be forcing myself out of the market and people won't want to pay that. And because you have that mindset, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot because you'll never actually increase your prices because you'll just stay comfortable at the level you are. But if you want to scale, if you want to force out bad clients, if you want to get clients in that are much better and going to pay you those higher prices, the only way you're going to find out whether you can actually sell your product for more is by asking for more. It's as simple as that. It's a mindset issue. It's not whether people want to pay that price or not. If someone's already paying £1,000 a month for something and they see the value in it and you're providing exponential amounts of value in comparison to what they're paying, they're going to continue paying you. If they value your product enough, they'll pay whatever you ask. The way people pay for something is they look at the value you provide them, they look at the price, and if the value you provide them is obviously higher than what you're charging for your product or service, they'll buy because they'll be stupid if they don't. So let's say you are a social media manager and you're providing them with $4,000 worth of value per month and you're only charging $1,000. If you double your price to $2,000, they're still going to pay you that amount of money. But you don't know that you're going to make that amount of money from this person until you actually ask in the first place. It's a mindset issue from your perspective. And I'd argue that this mindset issue sometimes comes from an employee mindset in a way. When you're obviously earning a salary, a good salary in the UK is what, £2,000 a month? That's a great amount of money to earn. So to understand and look at it when you go out and you charge someone £2,000 a month for one single client for social media management, it's like, whoa. Okay, I didn't realize earning this amount of money is possible, but until you actually do it, you don't know it's possible. But as soon as you do it, you look at it and go, oh my goodness, I never even knew this was a thing. As long as you're providing someone with more value than what you're giving them for the price you are charging, they're going to pay you. And it's that skill gap that you need to bridge. Once you have those skills and have that knowledge to sell a product or a service to somebody, it's just about maximizing the amount of value you can provide. And when you maximize that amount of value you can provide, people are obviously going to continue to pay you more and more for your time or whatever you are selling. So if you want to raise your prices, it's a very simple thing. Increase them. The next sales call you go on, ask. If you're currently charging £1,000 a month, charge £2,000 a month. Something I teach my students is how to build a high ticket offer. I don't want them selling their offer for anything less than £2,000 a month or $2,000, whatever your currency may be. So if you were to work with me and your current offer was only at $1,000, we would work together to work out why you're only selling it for $1,000, what needs to go into it to make it a high ticket offer of $2,000 a month and then switch your mindset so that you are comfortable with charging people that amount of money. And then obviously there's other things such as the marketing behind it and the sales practices behind it that we also talk through. But the offer building process is something that we obviously have to start with. If you haven't got that high ticket offer there in the first place, it's going to be very difficult for you to build a very profitable long-term business. But understanding that people will be willing to pay upwards of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for an offer is possible. I've seen people do it. People have that amount of money to spend on solving problems. It just depends how big that problem is for them and how much they are willing to pay to solve that problem. That's all you need to understand. So the next time you go on a sales call and you know you should be charging more, just ask. Or if you know you've got a client that's paying you far less than they should be and you're providing them with way more value, when you are coming to the end of the contract terms, just say to them, hey, look, my business has moved on a lot since we last spoke, or since we last negotiated this contract. My prices are now this. I'd completely understand if you didn't want to pay that amount of money. In that case, more than happy to part ways. But if you want to continue at this new rate, I'd love to continue working with you. You give them the option. And if they still value your offer, they're going to pay that higher price. Or if they haven't budgeted in for that amount, they can part ways, and that then gives you the space and time to bring on a client that will pay you that amount of money. And that's how you sort of filter out those lower paying clients if you need to. Just give them the option. Do they want to pay higher? If they do, great. If they don't, it's okay. Just a mutual part of ways. So, on that next sales call, if you're currently charging $1,000, ask for $2,000. If it's a coaching program, up it by $500. See what happens. The worst someone's going to say is no. And you'll go through a bunch of no's. But as soon as someone does end up saying yes, you'll realize that that is the new value of your product, and you'll never sell anything for less than that amount again. So, simply put, if you want to raise your prices, just do it. Really that simple.